This is RH2 the showcase.
In this video, it'll be showing everything that is new with the RH2 Season 3 and what I've learned in the Takeover weekend. We're going to start with a little tour of the park. With each tour, I will be explaining something about each spot. And as well, I'm going to be showing you guys the new spots, the new park, rec, all that stuff. We're going to start off at the beach where you could join the Journey Park, where there is a 1v1 court, kind of like in the arcade, but this one gives you extra Journey Pass XP. For anyone who's interested, yeah, you do get progression from both. And when you walk up from the beach, there are a ton of stores such as Bax Jerseys, Nas Cut. There's also Fritos. There is Reels Kicks. There are a bunch of new stores as well. There's Drippy Taze that's back. But you guys know as well, 5-star, it got a pretty big revamp. There's Rails Retail, which is just the basic stuff. And there's a new store, which is like an NYC store. I haven't checked it out yet, but I've heard it's pretty good. Now, this is still a work in progress, but I found this part, which is called a Graves Gym. I'm guessing this is going to be for like workouts and stuff. There are extra stats. Who knows? Going to the right road, there is the RH2 Rec and the Mic Court. Those two are very new. The mic court kind of works in a 2K20 system when it comes to going up an elevator to go to your spot. And as well, the arcade is right next to it. The arcade has not changed one bit. Still 2 wheel spins and still a court to 1v1 it. Now, the final spot we have here is in the middle. There's a place that says League, so I'm guessing this is where all the League stuff is. There's also a mascot store, which if you have 30 gems or if you have reached the rep of Legend, I believe it's 3, you get to have a mascot, a random mascot. There's also a tiny little event tent, so when events come down, you have to go there to go get your stuff. And there's also a green trail store, which you can just spin to get green trails. They are actually pretty cool. So that's basically all there is to what it is in the plaza. It's basically just a revamped plaza. In my opinion, it looks really good. You can't lie. By far, this is one of the best looking plazas in all of Roblox basketball, but there are a few issues with it. Even with the small size of only 200 players, you had some issues with lag. Now, I'm not going to sit here and lie and say it was way better than the other plaza from last season, because it's way better when it comes to trying to actually make it bearable to run around in the plaza. The only difference is with, let's say, 1,000, 2,000 players on the game at once, there might be a few issues with the server, which honestly is expected. With how much detail there is in that plaza, I wouldn't be surprised. Now let's move on to the rec center. This is the new place and the expected update that we were supposed to get in July. The system works similarly to the Pro-Am system from pre-alpha. You walk into the building and you basically just get greeted with the same screen from pre-alpha, where you can invite your friends to go for a Rec 5, or you can go solo queue, duo queue, however you want to queue. Once you find a game, you are greeted with one of the best systems in the game. You get shown basically a little scouting report of the opposite team and your team, which is very, very cool. It shows your rep, your teammate's rep, and your opponent's rep, and the top scorer, playmaker, and defender of the game. This helps a lot with knowing matchups early on, and it actually helps with trying to keep just everything in order for your team. Once loaded into the rec, you get 1.5 minutes to actually warm up and actually shoot. This is huge. Being able to actually warm up, shoot in the server that you're in is actually a really, really cool feature. Getting your shot down before a game is super important, so WRH2, this is a good add. And then after that, you play the game as normal. There's a jump ball that happens, which leads to you either starting with the ball for the first quarter and fourth quarter, or you lose the ball for the second and third.
I don't want to sugarcoat myself, but so far I am 100% on the jump ball.
And I will say, compared to Park, this is a very big court. It feels like the size of the court is doubled. This is really, 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 really big. This really helps for spacing on offense, but it also makes it a lot harder for defenders to play help. So RH2, I will say, Rec is a big W. Now, of course, there were a few glitches while we were playing, but RH2 has addressed them all, and they're working like crazy to get them fixed. So honestly, Rel, Nas, you guys are doing really good on that department with customer. And after a rec game, when the game ends, there is a little, winner screen. It shows your stats at the end of the game. Holy, I had 0 points. It then shows a winner circle, and it also appoints the player of the game, which gives them extra RHC. And it also gives you a big stat sheet. It's pretty cool. And this is what I mean by stat sheet. On the right side, my camera's blocking it, but you show your player progression, how much ELO you gained or lost, how much RHC you gained, and how much Journey Pass XP you gained. So that's basically Rec. That's probably gonna be my main mode. I'm not gonna lie. This is a really good mode. Now let's get on to Park gameplay. Park, the gameplay wise, has not changed one bit. Although the dribbling has changed, the shooting, everything of that matter, gameplay wise, has not changed a lot. It's still first to 21. It's still win by 2. It's still a very, very similar standard from everything. The only difference, which is my personal favorite, is how it looks. They have compressed the park into a Navy aircraft carrier, which makes everything very closed in together, which makes people want to go in on every court. What I mean by this is I'm going to put a picture of the old park. It'll show you that it's really, really, really far away to get into every single court. Everything is so spread out. With this park, all the 4 courts are basically mushed together, and the 2 courts are really nearby. So if anyone wants to go from 2s to 3s or 3s to 2s, it's much easier. Man, I won't lie, me hearing that voiceover really nearby, Grizz, your English is better than that. But I will say, park aside, it's really fun to be a center on this game. Now, the fact that there's a lot of guards makes it a lot tougher for me to, play. But I was making a new rec center, and it is awesome. I won't spoil the build just yet unless a few things change, but I will tell you this build can shoot, this build can dunk, this build can block, this build can pass, this build can do it all. I'm going to show you guys my 3 favorite clips from this, but genuinely, this build is just funny to use. Like, look at this. Look how broken block is in this game. You just, the ball is halfway in the air and you're blocking that. This clip was just a simple 3-point shot. It was just to see, like, the new green animation I got. And it is nice. Just the green animations and the new, green celebrations, they look really, really good for this game. And this clip is also a very, 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 very good block. Blocking in this game, the chase down blocks have so much potential. Just pow! Did I say 3 clips? I got 1 more block. This is by far my favorite glass I've ever done in my life. Look at how far I was behind him and still got it. Pow! But overall, RH2, y'all really, really cooked. I am proud to say that I'm a content creator in this game. Like I said earlier, there were still a lot of bugs when we were playing. But like I said, they were addressing to them. They actually did a lot of things to fix them. So that was really, really good to see. Overall, the gameplay experience, I'm giving it a 8 out of 10. I encountered no game-breaking glitches. Only a few bugs that were, there from the beginning. And they're just little things that just happen with, editing. But if you remove all those bugs, the lag in rec specifically, there were none of it. In park, it was still somewhat there, but it was super minimal. Like before in the old park, you were not able to play park before, like lagging 75,000 times. Like now you're actually able to play park, to not lag. But yeah, guys, that's all there is to this weekend. That's all the new changes. That's all what's new. Honestly, I had a lot of fun. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe. That's all there is to RH2, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.
#RH2 takeover.